Hello everyone, this is Atul Mishra, lecturer in Mechanical Department of Praveen Patil College of Diploma Engineering and Technology. Okay, we are studying power plant engineering subject. In this subject, we are studying second chapter named as automobile transmission system. So in the video of this second chapter, we have seen how this transmission is going to be carried out and what are the components involved in that. So what are the components involved in that? So components are the flywheel, clutch, gearbox, propeller shaft, universal joints and slip joints. Then we are having differential, then axle, and then wheel. So in the previous video we have discussed about the clutch. Uh, the working principle of clutch we have discussed, and we have also discussed about the classification of clutch, and we have discussed about single plate clutch, multi plate clutch, centrifugal clutch, okay, diaphragm clutch. So in this video we are going to see different kind of gearboxes. Okay. What we are going to see in this video is function and necessity of gearbox. Then we are going to see manual transmission, classification of gearbox, construction and working of constant mesh and synchro mesh gearbox with power flow diagram. Okay. So why this gearbox is required? So gearbox is a component through which we are going to select, or we are going to decide whether we want more speed or whether we want more power. Okay. Okay, when the vehicle is start from the steady position, at that particular instant we required more torque so as to move the vehicle from the steady position. But when it is continuously rotating, in that case what we required is more speed rather than more power. So accordingly we are having number of gears attached in this gearbox. So according to that we select that first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear. Okay. So from when we start to the first to fourth gear, so we are going to increase the speed, and when we start it from fourth to one gear we are going to increase the power. Okay, means the torque. Now the function necessity of gearbox. So the transmission box, which is also known as the gearbox, is the second element of the powertrain in an automobile. It is used to change the speed and torque of the vehicle according to variety of road, okay, and the load condition. The transmission box changes the engine speed into torque when climbing hill and when the vehicle required. Sometimes it is known as torque converter. Main function of a gearbox is as follow: provide the torque needed to move the vehicle under a variety of road and load condition. It does this by changing the gear ratio between the engine crankshaft and the vehicle driving wheel. Second, be shifted into reverse so the vehicle can move backward. Be shifted into neutral for the starting the engine. Okay, so these are the main function of the gearbox, and these are the reason why we require gearbox. So in this gearbox also we are having number, or we can say different types of gearbox. So we are going to discuss about this three. That first one is sliding mesh gearbox, constant mesh gearbox, and synchro mesh gearbox. So let's see first. This is constant mesh gearbox. In constant mesh gearbox, the gears are continuously in contact. That's why it is called as constant mesh. Constant means the name itself given due to this reason, because all these the what you can say, the gears on the lay shaft and the gears on the main shaft are continuously in contact, or you can say in engaged position. Okay, what we can say, they are in continuously contact. And what are the gears on the lay shaft and the gears on the main shaft, they are in continuously in contact. That's why it is named as constant mesh gearbox. Okay, so let's see first the function, what are the components of this. So we are having engine shaft from the engine, then we are having, this is lay shaft, this is main shaft. Okay, and these are the number of gears. This is first gear, this is second gear, third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear, and this is reverse gear. For the reverse gear, we are having idler gears in it. Okay, these are the gear selecting fob, and this is dog clutch. This is dog clutch. This is gear selecting fob, and this is handle through which we are going to handle, or we are going to shift the gear. This is also can be called as gear shifter. Okay, how this work? When we shift, suppose we are selecting the first gear, so this dog clutch is going to connect with this first gear, and the power is going to transmit it in this way. Okay, power is going to be transmitted in this way. Okay, okay, when we want to select the second gear, then with the help of this we are going to select this dog, and we are going to select, or you can say we are going to engage this dog with this second gear. This is going to combine with the second gear, and the power is going to be transmitted through this way. Okay, the power is going to be transmitted in this way, like this. Okay, say in the same way, when we want to select the third gear, then we have to select, then we have to select the second dog clutch, so as to select the third and fourth gear. Okay, accordingly, when we select this third gear, then again power is going to be transmitted through this gear only. Okay, in the same way, when we want to select the fourth gear, then we shift this dog clutch to this fourth gear and engage with it, then the power is going to be transmitted in this way. Okay, like this. Again, when we want to select the fifth gear, then we select this third one dog clutch, then again we are going to engage that dog with this fifth gear, then again the power is going to be transmitted with this fifth gear, like this. This is how the power is going to be transmitted from fifth gear. Okay, when we want to select this reverse, then with the help of this we are going to select this reverse gear. When we select this reverse gear, the power is going to be transmitted in this. How we can get this reverse direction flow? With the help of this extra idler gears. With the help of this, we are going to reverse the direction of rotation, so as to move in the backward direction. Okay, this is how the constant mesh gearbox work. Okay, one more point is there in this. When we shift from first to fifth gear, we are going to increase the speed. So as we can see, we are having this shorter gear. This is okay. The size of gear, or you can say the number of teeth in the gears, are also going to be increased, so as to have the higher speed. Okay, when we want to have higher power, then in the reverse direction, this is the number of teeth are going to be decreased. When we go to fifth to 1, when we go to 1 to 5th, the speed is going to be increased. When we go 5th to 1, 5 to 1, then the power is going to be increased. Okay, this is synchronous gearbox. The gearbox is same. All the gears are going to be in engaged position as in the constant mesh gearbox. But the problem with this constant mesh gearbox is that we have to engage the gears with this dog clutch, at the particular instant the gear is also rotating. So at that point the cracking of gear, or you can say wear and tear of the gear, is more in that case of, in the case of constant mesh gearbox. But in the case of the synchronous gearbox, that problem is got sorted out with the help of this synchronizer. Yes, with the help of this synchronizer. Okay, what happened in this synchronizer? Let's first see all the components. So this is clutch, okay, for engaging and disengaging the power from the engine to the gearbox. Okay, then we are having blanking ring, then we are having gear dog teeth, then shifting fork, number of gears, this is counter shaft, this is main shaft, or you can say this is lead shaft, this is main shaft, okay, and this reverse idler gears. Okay, so what happened in this synchronizer, when we shift, suppose when we are shifting this gear to this first gear, when we want to select the first gear, so what happened with this synchronizer, it first this is going to be synchronize the speed of this gear, because the gears are already rotating and we want to change the speed, okay, by selecting different gear. So first we have to synchronize the speed of that particular gear, so that we can have a smooth gear changing. Okay, for the smooth gear changing purpose we require this synchronizer. So first this synchronizer get in contact with that particular gear, and due to friction, okay, due to friction the speed is going to be synchronized. Okay, after that this dock is going to be combined with that particular gear and rotate with the same speed. So this is how synchronizing, or you can say synchronous gearbox work. And what is the advantage of the synchronous gearbox? The smooth gear changing. What we are getting is smooth gear changing. The gear teeth are not going to be damaged, okay, at all, because first we are synchronizing the speed. After that we are engaging in that particular gear, or we are selecting that particular gear. Okay, and rest of the function are same as that of constant mesh gearbox. This is how the power flow diagram of the gearbox. Okay, as we have discussed in the constant mesh gearbox, when we select the first gear, so power is going to be transmitted in this way. The power is going to be transmitted through the first gear only. Okay, when we select second gear, the power is going to be transmitted through second gear only. When we select third gear, the power is going to be transmitted through the second gear only. When we select fourth gear, then power is going to be transmitted through fourth gear. When we select fifth gear, the power is going to be transmitted through fifth gear. The rest of the gear are going to be rotate, because they are in constant mesh. They are also in meshing condition, but the power is going to be transmitted through that gear only, at which the dog is going to be connected. Okay, dog is going to be connected means what? Whichever gear we are going to select with the help of selecting fork. Okay, the power is going to be transmitted through that particular gear only. Okay, in the case of reverse gear, the power is going to be transmitted through this. Okay, this is how the flow diagram of the gearbox functions. Thank you.